lovely day for it, alright? I'm gonna go live in a minute. I just gotta get a few things together, man. Just gotta play this fucking Madden game and get my ass whooped. You know what I'm talking about? Alright, cool. Bam. Yo. Y'all see the shirt? See the shirt? You feel me? Yo. You. How can I snooze when I'm with you? How could I say about it like you do? With you, when I'm with you, when I'm with you. Yo. Welcome back to the Michi from the Midwest podcast. I'm your host, Michi. Want to thank y'all for tuning in as usual. If you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It's chilling, man. It's chill. It's got to, Man 24. I know it officially drops tomorrow. Got the free trial if you got EA, Game Pass, and all that. So I've been just labbing and shit, but I'll get into that a little later while I think about the game so far or whatnot. But thank y'all for tuning in, man. I apologize for last week's video. I've been recording just using my phone. I ain't bought like I'm not even on my I'm looking on the laptop for my information and stuff. But I need to go ahead and invest in getting like a video camera and stuff like that. To I'm gonna fuck with it. I'll get it together. But anyways, I'll try to upload it on my damn phone on YouTube, and the shit been uploading since goddamn Friday night. Yeah, about Friday night. So I'll drop the video whenever it pop up. But hopefully this one will get there before that, because I'm gonna do less editing. I'm gonna figure something else out. But anyways, like I said, I want to thank y'all for tuning in this week. Had a few things to talk about. Just go over the week, man. Hope everybody had a successful week. Got a weekend coming up, man. I enjoy the weekend. If you work on the weekend, grind hard, get that money. That's what we got to do. So first thing I want to get into is the quote of the day. I told y'all before on previous podcasts that I read the Daily Stoics. It was a book I ordered off Amazon, and it's 365 days of just like positive stuff that's been said. And another one that stood out to me, so I just figured I'd share with y'all. And it's actually for today, August 17th. It's called "The Buck Stops Here," and I just want to just go ahead and read it from there to give them their credit from the book. But for nothing outside my reasoned choice can hinder or harm it. My reasoned choice. No, I'm not gonna read that part. My bad. I apologize. Let me. Okay, it says, today see if you can go without blaming a single person or a single thing. Someone messes up your instructions, it's on your it is on you for expecting anything different. Someone says something rude, it's your sensitivity that interpreted their remark this way. Your stock portfolio takes a big loss. What did you expect making such a big bet? Why are you checking the market day to day anyway? Whatever it is, however bad it may be, see whether you can make it a whole day, laying it all on your reasoned choice. If you can't make it a day, see if you can make it an hour. If you can't make it for an hour, then try for 10 minutes. Start where you need to, even 1 minute without playing the blame game in progress in the art of living. And these, man, they be hitting home, and it's just certain stuff like perfect example, going to work and like me, I'm gonna be real, like with me, like if I work in the hospital, so you see doctors and nurses all day. if we make eye contact, I don't care who you is, like, because we all working in the same building. If we make eye contact, just say good morning and keep it moving. I don't, like, if you feel like some people in buildings, they just, like, they walk past you with their nose up and shit, like, they can't speak to you, or you ain't supposed to speak to them or whatever. But anyways, usually when that happens, if I say good morning, like, some days I come in, I'm just walking, I'm looking straight, I'm not even looking at people. But some people, like, look at you, like, you don't know in the hallway. Anyways, like, some days I go to work and I'm just like, all right, if you look right at me and you say something to me, I mean, if I say something to you, if I look right at you and you don't say nothing back, then you ain't gotta worry about me speaking up again. And then they'll try to come back around and try to, hey, I ain't see, like, I don't play it. Like I said, I'm not at work to make friends for one. But anyways, to get back to what this is saying, my bad. Just when, like I said, stop playing the blame game, stop looking for stuff. Maybe sometimes, like, it's other ways you can look at it. Like, with me saying that, like, using that scenario, if somebody didn't speak back to me, maybe they didn't hear me. It's always a, maybe this happened or whatever. So don't take anything to the heart. So definitely don't take nothing personal at work. Unless somebody put their hands on you, that's when they gotta go down. But outside of that, man, don't take none of that shit personal. But do like this said, I actually tried this today. Just try to go to work and be positive. Go to the gym or whatever you do. Go wherever you're gonna go and just be positive. Don't expect too much from the circus, from people and stuff. Just, like I said, just go with the flow. Don't let shit fuck up your day. And like I said, the art of living, like, it's an art to live. Like, we gotta paint that perfect picture, if you know what I'm saying. We have to paint that perfect picture. It's something that we want in our life. It's a lot of things that we want to happen in life. We have to make it happen. It's gonna be bumps and bruises on the way there, but I said we just gotta work our way through it, man. Don't spend your time, I said, being negative about stuff, catching the attitude, wasting your time on this earth, man. Cause I said we're not here forever, man. That's how I just want to start the podcast off. We're gonna move right into the to some sports. A lot of news in football for the NFL. As y'all know, we are 1 week away from the season starting off. I can't wait. I'll go over predictions on division and stuff. Maybe get my boy on here so we can politic and go over predictions for the year and stuff. But as far as football, Ezekiel Elliott signed a deal with the New England Patriots. The Patriots picked up another running back. They already have a young dude, young stud. He is Stevenson, Richard Stevenson, something like that. I don't want to jag his first name, but I can see Zeke backing him up, and I think that's what they should have did in Dallas, was let him back up Tony Pollard, because like Tony Pollard got the speed, he got he's faster. Just let him start and let Zeke pick up the hard yards. Cowboys gave up on him. I mean, it's been 7, 8 seasons. He's not the person he was when he first came in the year. That Bill Cowler, whatever they call it. But that pickup to me, it doesn't move the needle for the Patriots. I still see the Patriots finishing where they're gonna finish. Most likely at the bottom of the division. They're in that division with the Bills. What is it, the Bills and Dolphins and Jets? I want to say. I think it's the Jets. But yeah, it really don't move the needle. I'm glad he did get picked up. It was looking like wasn't nobody gonna sign him. I thought Cowboys would maybe like reach back out and like, hey, you can back up Zeke, but they went out and drafted a couple of rookie running backs. So as far as that, like I said, I still don't see the Patriots making the playoffs. So I'll leave it at that. The other thing that happened in the NFL is Dalvin Cook signs with the Jets. Last week, they were saying it was rumored that he was planning on signing with the Jets. He visited a few teams. He who else did he visit? He visited the Jets. Maybe the Dolphins, but I don't think they could use him there. They already had a lot going on in Miami. But Dalvin Cook, he's a needle mover. He's 1,000+ rusher a year, dual back. You can use him outside the backfield. He can get loose. He's fast. He's quick. You know. The Jets are in a good spot. On paper, they look like they are the AFC team to beat. Like, if you look at every position, they got a Hall of Famer quarterback. With Dalvin Cook, they got a rookie that probably would have broke some records last year if he didn't get injured. He'll probably be back. I don't know how they're going to do it yet, but him and Dalvin Cook, you got 2 running backs. Well, actually, like 3 running backs. You got a few receivers that Rodgers bought over from Green Bay. You got the returning offensive player, rookie of the year, Garrett Wilson. They got a lot of talent. I don't know much about their offensive line, but what I've been hearing is not too good because they've been having this Hard Knocks has been released. I think they got like 2 episodes out, 2 or 3 episodes, and they were just mentioning that the offensive line not protecting Rodgers like they need to be. But outside of that, they got a nice defensive line. Led by Quentin Williams. I think Quentin Williams. They got a few linebackers. They got cornerback. Like, they got everything. But it's all gonna come down as if can Rodgers pull it off? Can he lead his team to the AFC Championship? Can he lead them to the Super Bowl? The only way they're gonna get there is if he shows up in the playoffs. Rodgers hasn't won a Super Bowl since 2000, I think they said 14, 2015. And ever since then, he's won 4 MVPs. That's something, that's big, 4 MVPs. But in the playoffs, he's like 1 for 7. Ever since that playoff win, like they get bounced out the first round. They've been first round buys at least 2 or 3 times over the last 4 or 5 seasons. And they got bounced the first round. They had a chance to make it to the playoffs last year. Detroit eliminated them, and they wouldn't even make the team. They just got rid of the fucking Packers. So this is a fresh start for Rodgers. It looks like he's gonna play there for about 2 or 3 years maybe, and ride out to the sunshine, to the sunlight, whatever. And I think they got a chance to do something, but I'm not gonna believe the hype. I'll see down the road, maybe like week 6, 7. We'll see how they're looking by then. But they seem that's the AFC team to beat right now. Going past the defending champs, the Chiefs, since they lost a lot of offense. I don't know too much about how the defense is looking, but Mahomes been here before. He's made everything happen. As I know, he lost Juju and Harden, but Harden was injured most of the year. And Juju was cool, but they could use a couple more receivers. So I don't know, man. We'll see how it turns out. The last thing I want to speak on the football was, our second year wide receiver Burks just strained his his LCL. He strained his LCL in joint practice yesterday. They announced that he might be out for a couple of weeks. I said we got a month until we get to the regular season. Hopefully we can have him by week 2, maybe 3 or whatever. But we're gonna need that. We just went out and got DeAndre Hopkins. With Burks, I believe that they could be a nice little duo. But he gotta stay healthy. He got hurt the first year. I think he messed up his ankle one time, and then he got laid the fuck out of the game. Catching a touchdown. This was actually here in Indiana when he got hurt. And it's crazy because the last 2 games I went to, Henry got hurt, but they won. Burks got hurt and they won. But it's like, I'm just hoping for a healthy season, man. That's a big scare. I'm glad we didn't lose him for the season. But overall, I think the Titans are gonna do some things. We just gotta keep these dudes healthy. And Tannehill make smarter passes. Don't be throwing these nut ass interceptions. Get the ball to Hopkins, get the ball to Burks, our young tight end, and pound that ball with Henry, man. We need to make a lot can go on. We beat all these top teams before we can do it again. Like I said, we ain't been to the Super Bowl since, 99, 2000, whatever. But I believe in my team, and I'm going to keep on riding with them. So salute to the Titans, you feel me? Moving on. That's all I have for football. For basketball, I wanted to get into just a little bit on James Harden. James Harden came out and said Daryl Morey, I'm pretty sure that's the Sixers owner, He said he will never do business with him. He'll never be in the organization with him again. Rewind. Harden re-signed back with the team so he can get his bonus money. Apparently they having some type of issue where I think it's pretty much the money. They not letting him get his bread. So he's like, fuck it. If I ain't get my bread, I don't want to be a part of this team. Y'all can trade me. So a lot of people say James Harden is all about money. And I'm starting to believe that. You don't want to win. You're playing with the reigning MVP, the biggest and the most dominant guy in the NBA, and you could be a big part of that with Maxey. Like the Sixers are actually building something in the East, but Harden just like I said, man, it's like he ain't got the love for the game. Like he's enjoying the spotlight, being around all celebrity friends. But when it comes to basketball, it's like my man just said, "Fuck getting a championship. Just give me all this money and give me what the fuck y'all said." I mean, what's it? I can't talk about it because if it's some money involved, nigga, I want my bread too. But like I said, your game not showing for you. You disappear at the wrong time. Like who are you to be demanding money when you ain't did shit yet? You just re-sign with these dudes, give them all the fuck you got, get the bread you got, man. You got enough money with all the fashion shit you got going on. These little sponsors, come like man, some of these NBA players just get way too fucking greedy. Once you get over $1 million, these dudes are making $100, $200 million contracts, and they just greedy as fuck, man. Like I said, it takes from the love of the game. But I won't spend too long on that. I'll move on from that for now. Next thing I wanted to mention was that my boy Earl Spence has announced that he will do the rematch with Terrence Crawford. He said he want to exercise that and run it back. I believe as of now, I think they're going to run it at 154 since they both want to move up in weight. They're coming in at 154. I believe that it'd be a better fight because now I think Spence knows what to expect. Spence knows what to expect this fight. I'm not saying he's going to win, but I think this would be a closer fight. Me personally, I think that Spence should just chill and let Bud do his thing with Charlo and whoever else. And if y'all want to run that back as Bud wrap up his career, do that. But like right now, it's not a good time, and that's one of the worst ass whoopings I've witnessed in my life. Like as far as boxing goes, like that's one of the worst ones ever. But yeah, we'll see. If so, they'll be fighting maybe December, January time frame. We'll see if that words get out if Crawford agrees to it, if they can come and fight at 154. So we'll see how that plays out. Like I said, me personally, I think my boy Spence need to chill right now. You not that one right now, bro. You not that one right now. Let Bud do his thing. Let that man is hungry. He just proved his point. Let him do his thing. Let him fight Charlo. If you want to go fight Canelo, let him fight him. After that, then you go back and fight him. Like a year or so. Not right now, bro. This shit was more embarrassing than the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd fight. Don't do it, bro. Please don't do it. Moving on, man. I don't want to spend too much time on my boy Spence because he really let me down. Let's get into this UFC card. Earlier, I was watching the press conference. Some of these dudes, man, they want to be Conor McGregor so bad. He set a trend, but these dudes, y'all can't do what Conor do. Let's be honest. Y'all can't do what Conor do. Just be yourself, man. Stop getting on here calling these dudes punk bitches and blah blah blah. If y'all not about that life, you're not getting in the ring. Conor was doing that and he was backing it up. A lot of you motherfuckers that be talking shit be the ones that get knocked the fuck out and end up on somebody real on Instagram. So cut that shit out. Talk your shit, man, but speak facts. Stop trying to sell this fight and get beat the fuck up, man. Like nobody wanna see that. But let's get into this prelim card. I just wanna get my predictions on the card. Let me see here. We got about 8 fights going down. Yeah. We got Austin Hubbard, 16-6 versus Kurt Holoball, 20-7. I don't even know them guys, but I'll go with Austin on that one. He looked like in this picture, he look like he'll whoop Buddy ass, so we're gonna go with that. Gregory Rodriguez versus Dennis Talulian, 10-7 versus 13-5. I'm gonna go with Gregory. I done seen him whoop some people ass in middleweight that I think that was ranked. So he done whooped a couple of, he done whooped a couple of ranked dudes, and I don't even think he's ranked, so he should be ranked. He'll be ranked after this fight, so I'm gonna go with Gregory with that one. The main event of the prelims is Chris Weidman, the former champion, middleweight champion, 15-6 versus Brad Tarvis, 19-9. I'm gonna go with Weidman on that one. I think he's a big underdog on there. I think he's an underdog because of he hasn't fought for like a year or two. I was telling somebody earlier, just like the Mike Chiesa fight when he just fought Kevin Holland, he looked bad in that fight. He looked too rusty. He didn't look comfortable in the cage. And I don't know if Weidman's gonna look like that, but I believe Weidman can beat Brad Tarvis. He should be able to. Like I say, he's a former champ. All you get, maybe if he take him down a little bit, beat up on the wrestler, he can maybe sneak in his submission. But I'm gonna go Chris Weidman to win by decision on that one. It might not be pretty, but he's gonna get his win and give him that confidence back to try to make one more title run. Let's get into this main card. We got 4 fights on the main card. Usually it's 5 fights. I don't know if they might have pulled a fight. Yeah, Cody Garbrandt and somebody was supposed to be fighting. That fight got pulled. I think that was supposed to be kicking off the main card. But this is UFC 292 or 93. Let me make sure I got my facts right. Oh shit. UFC 292. Starting with the first fight on the night, we got Marlon Vera, 20-8-1 versus Pedro Munoz, 20-7. If I had to make a prediction, I'm gonna say Vera. I'm gonna just say Vera because he's the bigger fighter. I think he'll be able to keep his distance, kick Pedro up a lot. The only way I can see Pedro winning this is if he wrestles Cheeto the whole fight. He just might have to lay on him and tire him out. If he can do that and punch him up a little bit, have more strikes and takedowns, he can pull this win off. But if I'm gonna put my money on it, I'm gonna say Vera for this one by decision. Moving on, we got Neil Magny and Ian Gary. Neil Magny is 28-11. Ian Gary is 12-0. With this fight, I just watched the press conference, and Ian Gary he's like I'm pretty sure he's Irish, so he's trying to pretty much be like Conor McGregor, trying to sell that whole attitude. This little beef that they got because Neil Magny said that the way I whoop my kids' ass, that's the way I'm gonna whoop your ass. He took it personally, was like, oh, you must be beating your kids, so he's been pushing that. He pushed that the whole press conference today. From my understanding, that's what he was doing. But every time they spoke, he was just cutting him off and saying, you beat kids, and I like some just corny shit, like to sell the fight or make it seem like he's a bad guy or whatever. But Ian Gary is undefeated. I believe Neil Magny is the guy that can take his O just because he has far more experience. He's fought better fighters, contenders. He's almost fought for the belt before. So I'm going to go with Neil Magny to pull it off as the underdog for that fight. The only way Neil Magny loses if it's a knockdown. If he knock, Ian's going to have to knock him out. Outside of that, I think Neil Magny can get some takedowns just like Munoz can and win it just like that. Co-main event, we got Weili, the strawweight champion, 23-3 versus Amanda Lemus, 13-2-1. Now, I've seen Amanda fight a couple times. She looked like a younger Amanda Nunes. Like she got hands like little brick hands. She be knocking the females out. But Weili is just on a whole nother level, man. This is her second title reign. She's beat all the top women in the division, dominated every woman in the top of the division. I think she could do the same with Lemos. I think that she's actually Whaley looked bigger than her, like stockier. So I'm gonna go with Whaley. I think Whaley will knock her out. I think she'll knock her out in the maybe third or fourth round. She'll get her up out of there. Yeah, that's the co-main event. That is for the strawweight belt. The main event of the evening, we have the bantamweight title on the line. Aljamain Sterling, 23-3, versus Sean O'Malley, Sugar Show, 16-1. His only losses to Marlon Vera. He ended up having an injury, and he took that ass whooping and lost. As far as this fight, they just been talking shit to each other. O'Malley is bigger than Sterling. He's pretty tall for that division, pretty skinny. And that's why I think that Sterling can win this because he's a confident champ. He is a tactical champ. He knows what his game plan is. If he feels like you're gonna put pressure on him, he's gonna take you down, beat on you, and look for the submission. That's pretty much his game. So I'm gonna stick with the champ. I believe O'Malley is going to be great in the UFC, but I just don't think it's his time right now. Sterling is on a 9-fight win streak. If he wins, this will be 10. That's big news in that division. That puts him as, if not the best bantamweight champ in history of the UFC. So I'm gonna say Sterling to win that one. Overall, I think it'll be a good card. I see a few fights. I don't know what'll be next for Sterling after this one. I think they said he might move up. He said he wants to move up if he wins this one. So that means that he'll end up relinquishing that title unless he's gonna try to go and be a double champ. But yeah, I got Sterling to win that one. So just to go back, and who was it? Munoz? No, I'm gonna go. Oh, shit. Who was it? Austin Hubbard, Gregory Rodriguez, Chris Weidman, and then on the main card, I'm gonna go with Vera, Magny, Whaley, and Sterling. So damn, it look like the whole left side of the card gonna win. That's what I'm going with. I'm gonna put me a parlay together. Probably Saturday morning, if I don't forget, I'm gonna post it. What my parlay for this week is, and y'all let me know. I said we might fuck around with some money. I done been undefeated several times. Sometimes I win by one or two. The ones that I don't feel too confident in, I end up pulling it off the parlay and making a separate one. I'm gonna always do it my first instinct, but then I'm always make another one that maybe this will happen. Like I said, it's easy money if you win. So we'll get into that. We'll definitely tap into that real soon. But moving on from sports, I wanted to speak on what was it? As far as news, I didn't really have much news. Well, I did have a little news actually, but I will save that for another segment. The next thing I wanted to get into was recently we celebrated 50 years of hip hop, and I just wanted to say, my question to y'all this week is, what is the first hip hop song you remember hearing? And what was your first song that you heard from, like, as far as hip hop standpoint? I was born in '87. I grew up on R&B, old school music. You feel me, like the Ozzy Brothers, OJ, stuff like that, church music, R&B at the time, like Keith Sweat, Jodeci, and all them. You feel me? So I've always been an R&B guy. I would say I put R&B over rap because R&B just makes more sense, like being like loving people and shit like that. And I just feel like R&B people make better music. But as far as rap goes, the first track I remember actually hearing, I was probably about 5 or 6 years old, and I'm pretty sure it's on BET. This shit, what is it called? The group is called Daz Effects, I think. Yeah, Dad's Effects, and the song was called They Want Effects. And on this, all I can remember is that it was two dudes, it might have been 2 or 3 dudes rapping, but the lights kept on flashing through like most of the damn video. And all I remember is that shit giving me a migraine. And that's actually, I don't know if that's where my migraines came from, but when that shit gave me a migraine, I stopped listening to rap for probably like a year or two. Cause like I said, just from that one video. Now after that, I started hearing like random songs, like a couple years later, like Tupac, Biggie, and them like that, Nas and all them. I was hearing all that, but that's the first time I remember, like as far as hip hop goes. So if y'all can in the comments, just let me know what's the first hip hop song y'all heard. And I'm just doing this for the 50-year anniversary of hip hop. One of the best genres of music. Everybody tries to do some type of hip hop at some point. It's number 2 to me though. Like I said, R&B is number 1 to me. But yeah, y'all let me know what the first hip hop song you ever heard was. I gotta hear this. I want to hear from like, I said I'm in my 30s. I want to hear from some people in their 20s and see what they first song they heard, because it had to be like Bow Wow or B2K or some shit. And I just find that shit funny because like that was my teenage years, so I can only imagine somebody 10 years younger than me what their first song was. So like I said, I'm very interested to see like people from 20 to 25, like what was y'all first song? But overall, like I said, I want to hear from older people too. What was the first hip hop song? Like somebody gonna say Curtis Blow or some shit. Like I don't know nothing about them. I actually just heard the first song by Melly Mel like 2 days ago, and it was cool. I can see how it was like dope back then, but like right now, listen to that, it's like that shit sound like pure ass. So that was the only thing I had for music this week. The next thing I wanted to speak on was the TV show I watched. As I told y'all earlier in the week, each week I'm gonna just with this The Chi. I'm watching The Chi. This is season 6, so I'm gonna just pretty much go over the summary of what's going on with that episode. So, just from tvline.com, I did looked at the recap instead of writing it down, because I said I ain't feel like writing it all down or whatever. But pretty much what this episode was about, Tiffany, Emmett's ex-girlfriend, just got the new car from Emmett. So he fucked around and he told his girl about it, as he should, and Keisha, and she said she wanted a new house, but she'd already said this before, and he's just finally like, you know what, dude, I said he'd fund me, let's go ahead and get a crib. So how it starts off for the most part is Tiffany shows up at Dante's house. He's getting it from another supplier. They getting their little stash, that weed business. Buddy is selling organic weed, so I guess it don't make you cough and it don't do this and do that. It's got better effects to get you actually higher. And Tiffany takes this to her boyfriend, Rob, which is Iman Shumpert. I couldn't think of his name to save my life. But he takes it to her and they try to make a business to where they Buddy is trying to make them start a little grow area or whatever. So they need the money, so they trying to figure out, and they thinking about taking that route and selling their own shit, but the organic kind. That's what's going on with, as far as with Tiffany and Rob. Who else was going on in this episode? That's the end of the episode, yeah. Who was this? Okay, Leanna's a young girl that she was in a rough patch last season. Her brother ended up going to jail for killing somebody, I want to say. So she went to go stay with Kevin and them. Kevin's mom is married to 2 women, to Dre. Dre is her wife or whatever. And they took her in. They like, look, you can stay here. Hopefully, we don't think your brother coming home and stuff like that. But anyways, his name is Jamal. He gets out of prison, so he's looking for work. He can change his life over to God. I don't think they said he got baptized, but they said like he pretty much gave his life to God after sitting up in that situation. I think he was supposed to be doing life or something, but he ended up getting out. I don't know what happened, but he's pretty much trying to build his the chemistry back with his younger sister and get their life back together. And build the bond back with his younger sister, since he's getting a second chance at life. What else we got? Oh, okay. Emmett and Keisha, they got into it the previous episode, just from the whole thing about him buying his baby mama a car. And like I said, she wasn't feeling that because he ain't tell her about it. And he was like, look, this is my money. I ain't got to tell you shit. But like I said, in reality, y'all are in a relationship. Y'all gotta have some type of something. Y'all gotta know what's going on, because if it was her saying, "Yo, my baby daddy just bought me a car," then he gonna feel some type of way. Or if Keisha was buying him something, he gonna feel some type of way. So she was just pretty much Emmett ended up leaving that night, and that's when he went down there to I forgot where the hell he went to, but she just pretty much said, like, don't leave me in the dark like that again, like saying that just leaving the house and not telling you where you at. Understandable. He ends up going with Duda and stuff, and he says that I'm gonna get her a crib, but before I get the crib, I need to check it out, and I want her to come see it because I don't want to make no more decisions without her. So they went to see a realtor about it. The realtor, he's explaining this to the realtor, and Duda like, dog. No, the realtor says, you know what? Actually, I would do the same thing. I would want my lady here because my fiance, I would want her here and knowing like these moves I want to make. I don't want to just buy a house and like, hey, we moving here, and maybe this might not be the house that she wants. This might not be the side of town she on. But they ended up moving to the west side of Chicago, so now they're trying to figure out how they're going to explain that to their parents, that they moving to the other side of town. So it's a lot going on with their situation. Duda is talking to Papa's pops. That's in I think he's a pastor, and like they doing money laundering through the church and stuff like that. So Duda's beefing with him because the pops is trying to make a better example for his son, and the other young dude is staying with him. And Duda not on that. He like, look, dog, you gonna do this money laundering for me because this is the safest way. It's through the church. Ain't nobody gonna expect it. So it's like he finally put his foot down. I don't know if like Duda about to get on that bullshit and try to kill Papa's dad or something. But if he do, like I said, that's some corny shit. But I can see that happening. Shad is, like I said, he's moved out. He's with his girl. He is trying to get some type of business going, and Bakari says, I can fund you some money. I'll let you hold some so you get your little business going, because he's tired of living up under this woman, pretty much under her rule, because she paid the bills, she the breadwinner, so he just trying to find something so he can provide for his woman as well, which, like I said, that's how it's supposed to be. But Bakari is stuck because he stays with Papa, and he's starting to see like their dad is treating him just like his other son, like that's Papa's brother. You feel me? So Bakari is still, like I said, he worked for Duda, so he's he in the streets and shit. So he's just trying to find ways to, like, I don't know, man, he's trying to figure it out. I don't really even know how to explain that. What is it? Mashaya opens up a concert. Mashaya opens up a concert for Sasha Gohar, and she kills it. Kevin visits her in the dressing room after they got cold until Jimmy interrupts. So, Maisha, that's what it is, I'm tripping. Maisha and Kevin pretty much got a thing going on. I'll take it back from last episode. I'll tweak out. I forgot that they was in a relationship, or they was boyfriend and girlfriend before Papa even came around. But Kevin pretty much won his old thing back, and he popping up on her, being supportive and stuff, trying to show that he's serious after they shared their little kiss on this last episode. Gemma is Kevin's ex, and Gemma is Maisha's manager. So Gemma's starting to see like, yo, like, wait a minute, I was just with Kevin. You used to be with Kevin back in the days, but now it's like, is y'all messing around again? Because like now it's getting messy. Because like I said, it's like everybody's recycling each other, boy and girlfriend. Like everybody's just swapping places with each other. What else happened on this episode? Papa is, I think he said he's 17. He told the girl he's 17. She's 19. They work with each other. It seems like she got an interest in him, and it seems kind of creepy because he's 17, she's 19. But they close in age. He's about to be 18. But it's like she don't want to put pressure on him because he's still underage to her. So it looks like they're trying to build something, a friendship that maybe turn into something once he turns 18 in the summertime, as he said. What else happens over here? I know that oh shit, they said that's it. So I'm guessing that's all that happened on that episode. The way that the episode ends is not Dre, Rob, Amon Shepard needs a loan to start this organic business, like to start this little grow plant or whatever. And he ends up visiting his mama because she the breadwinner, like she had a lot of money saved over or whatever. And she visited him, and I think he said he wanted to borrow $50,000, and she said, okay, I'll let you borrow $50,000. And then she says, actually, I need you to do me a favor, and that's I need you to find out who killed her brother, which was Duda. And once you find out who did it, I want you to kill him. And he was like, wait a minute, well, you're gonna have to give me $100,000 if you want me to find out who did all this. Like, give me $100,000 because now I said if he can start his own growth, he can sell his own stuff, and he can grow his own stuff and sell his own stuff, make his own money. Like, that's the perfect world in that game for him, you feel me? But Lynn Whitfield, that played Brady on Thin Line Between Love and Hate, is that's his mama on there. So that was dope seeing her on there. But yeah, she wants him to kill Duda pretty much because I said that's the one that killed her brother. So she just trying to get to the bottom of it. So that's all I have for that episode. Moving on, I wanted to speak on an incident that happened over the weekend. Like I said before, I move on to that. The Shy is still. I know a lot of people don't like it. It is still actually starting to get better as the episode's going on. You wonder, just like with any other TV show, like why is they doing this? Why they don't do that? It's a TV show. Just watch it, enjoy it, get to the ending. If you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't, move the fuck on to a new TV show. It's that simple. But I appreciate what they're doing. I'm glad they was able to keep it going. At first, I really didn't think they would even make it this far. I didn't think they'd make it to 3. I didn't even think they'd make it to 3 seasons, honestly. I'm gonna be real with you. But next segment I wanted to get into is the segment I call Stop the Bullshit. And I haven't did this segment for a while because I just ain't really found a good topic to talk about for you at the moment. But this one, I just wanted to, it was an incident that happened in, where is this at? In LA. A group of 30 to 50 people armed with bear spray targeted at a Los Angeles mall, making off the luxury goods worth around $100,000. They used the spray to subdue the security guards, stealing high-end clothes and luxury handbags from, what was this? I don't know if they saying that this was, they estimated 300,000 and stealing. No, at this one, I take it back. At that mall, it was $100,000 worth of clothes and handbags stolen. And what I wanted to speak on this was that we as people, I'm not just pinning this on black people, even though majority of the time when it comes to stupid shit like this, it usually be our own people. It's because we've been so stuck into like the social media and the rap videos for so long that we believe that we gotta have what everybody else got. If you like, these some Nike shorts. If I didn't have a Nike on this, motherfuckers would say, dog, you cheap as hell. You just don't, like, people will look at you different if you got on some shorts. Without this Nike sign on here, these shorts are probably like $10. Anywhere, you can go to Walmart and get these shorts for like $10. But since it got a Nike sign on it, it's $20, you feel me? But we have to stop chasing brands. Stop chasing brands. One thing I've been talking about on every episode is financial literacy. We have to start finding ways to save more money and stop spending so much money on bullshit. I'm not the type of guy to go out. I can tell you, I've never bought a pair of pants over $100 probably. I've never bought a shirt over $150. I've never bought a pair of shoes over $300 ever in my life. We are so addicted to, like, we're brand whores. People are brand whores. We see it in the music videos, and we believe that we gotta have that just so we can get that girl. We can have that girl, and then you be wondering like, damn, is she with me because of what I got, or is she with me because of me? And that's when you know that, like I said, this shit don't add up. For one, you put yourself in a situation that you can go to jail, you can go to prison, because technically that's assault. You just sprayed some motherfuckers with some pepper spray or some shit just to get up in there, and I'm talking about they steal the racks of clothes. They got the whole rack. Some lady trying to grab them, they just pushing her with it, run her smooth the fuck over the whole rack of clothes. $100,000, man. 30 to 50 people. That means they probably got a couple of outfits apiece. They sold it back on the streets. That shit's probably like $3,000. They probably sold it for like $500 or some shit, just to make some type of profit. But then what? When the camera come back and they show y'all dumbass stealing, as soon as they match y'all up with once they identify your dumbass, you're going to jail. You're going to jail for more than a year. If you get put on probation, it's going to be more than 5 years. This is the way that the system is set up. So stop putting yourself in that situation. If you had your own money, if you had a savings account, if you put money in your checking account, if you put your money in some stocks, then this is something you wouldn't have to worry about. You wouldn't have to worry about risking your life or risking time away from your family, taking time off your life behind that jail cell. So y'all start thinking more and stop doing stupid shit, man. Like, this is just a bad look. They set up in somebody in St. Laurent the previous week, they stole $300,000 worth of shit. So imagine what time they gonna do. It's 30 to 50 of y'all. They got plenty of room for y'all in jail. They will ship all you motherfuckers off over some damn shirts. All y'all gonna do is go up in there lying, saying y'all did this and did that, acting like y'all killers. But in reality, y'all stole some fucking designer shirts that if you take the fucking brand off of it, that shit can be sold at Walmart or anywhere else. Like, it's that simple, man. Stop the bullshit. Stop stealing. Stop looking for a fucking handout. We got the blueprint. The blueprint is there. Listen to the information that's being put out and attack. Get this money, put this shit up so our kids can have fucking money, and they don't have to start where the fuck we started at. They don't have to start at the bottom. They don't have to go through that poor phase of life. They don't have to go through that phase of life where your lights was cut off, your water was cut off. Like, I've been there. I've been there from a shorty all the way to my teenage years. I've been through that shit, man. And like I said, I've never put myself in no situation that I have to go to jail or some shit like that, man. So all I'm saying, man, we gotta be smarter. Like, not like I said, not just as a black community, but as people. Because like I said, every race do this shit. Everybody looking for some shit. Everybody gets influenced by certain people that can, like I said, put you in a situation that you might not get out of. Because I said, you go up in prison, you up in there with all type of people, and they ain't gonna give a fuck what you in there for. They in there to make you a bitch. So y'all think about that while y'all up in there stealing racks of fucking clothes, man. Like, that shit is, that shit lame as fuck. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Moving on, I want to get into some stocks as I just brought up about the stock market. One thing I wanted to speak on was, as far as like building your stock market dictionary, certain things that we should know. And the first thing I wanted to speak on is, for this week, is buying power. Pretty much what buying power is once you transfer your funds from your bank account to whatever app you use. Like for me, I use Robinhood. Once you put that money there, your buying power is the money that you can purchase a stock for. So that's all it is. It's actually like a checking account, because like if you got $500 in the bank, you could take that $500 out and put it in the stock market. Just sit there in your buying power. When you see a stock that you want, click on the share. I want 2 shares. Boom, that shit 150, 300. That 300 will go over there. You have $200 buying power. So the word of the week for the stock market game is buying power. You want to have some type of buying power, even if like I said, salute to the Wall Street Trapper. I listen to him every week, and from my own stock research, I've noticed that, as they say, in August and September are the two worst months to like invest, like as far as stocks and like the option plays and stuff like that. But it's still like, this is still the perfect time for you to move that money to your buying power. So if you plan on buying like an Apple share for like 180 or something, just move that 180 to your buying power. Just sit it there, and at the end of September, once the stock should be going back up, go ahead and grab it at what that price is and let it build. And let's build this our stock portfolio, y'all. Like I said, I'm about to be at my first milestone. Once I get there, I'll announce it and let y'all know what we're doing next. But as I go on, I'm gonna give y'all all the information I got, because I believe that this is something that can get us out of a 10-hour job, get us out of working 2 jobs, get us from working so damn much that we ain't got time to be with our kids, spend time with our family. We don't have to keep on calling in to work. We don't have to request time off from our boss to get a vacation, to get away from work. We can be in charge of the stock market. We can be in charge of our own money and set ourselves up for success, and live the life that we should be living. That's freely being able to do whatever the hell we want with our money. So as far as stocks go, the first stock we got for the week is, I'm gonna go with, let me see. I just had it up, my bad. Amazon. Amazon is currently at $134.88. Number 2, Starbucks, $98.31. Wells Fargo, $42.65. Physical gold share ETF, $18.14. And my number 1 stock, Apple, $174.12. As y'all can see, like, this is down 1% as of today. It was like 195 like a week ago. So like I said, it shows you what the stock market can do. It's dropped all the way down to one thing I can say, I know I'm all over the place, but one thing I can say is that I don't think it's a place in history where the stock market just went completely to zero. So as long as that's gets stuck in your head as far as investing, as long as you know that, the money that you got in there, at some point it's going to go up and at some point it's going to go down. If you in it for the long run, as you go on, you're going to invest in the stocks that you see has been doing good for the last 5-10 years. Because that means that if it's doing good now, if the trend is going up, continue that. 5-10 years from now, that money can double, and that's your way out. That's your early retirement. You're not working at 65, 75 years old. We gotta think smarter. The blueprint is there for us. We just gotta read the blueprint and attack. I'm gonna keep saying that. Invest every week. Like I said, I'm doing $100 every Friday I put in my account. I'm gonna continue to do that until I feel comfortable putting more money away a week. And at some point, I'm gonna be at my milestone where I want to be at within these next couple of years. I want to get that 100,000. 100,000 really not that much, but when I get that in the stocks, I know I'm doing something, and I'll be a lot better as far as like financially stable, working, and having money like that set aside and teaching people financial literacy, because this is something I'm gonna teach my child as she get older. I'm gonna teach this to my nephews. I'm gonna teach these to my nieces and my family members, but they have to see the proof. I am the one that's gonna do this. I did say at the beginning of the episode, but I will be the first millionaire in the Brooks bloodline. That is something that I am committed to. I've been saying it over the years. I've had my financial struggles as everybody else has. First time homeowner. Like I said, it's life, but I'm learning a lot, and I know that life only gonna get better. You know, if it's gonna get better for me, I know it will for y'all too. So like I said, let's attack this stock game. I'm gonna give y'all all the game I know, and Like I said, all the sources I'm getting it from, like I said, Wall Street Trapper, Aristotle, investment, all that shit. Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see it. And like I said, I'm not looking for y'all to thank me. I just want everybody to get on board. That's all it comes down to. Let's wrap up the show, man. I want to get into the Madden 24. I'm gonna do the top 5, but as far as Madden 24 goes, I decided I'm gonna just do one league this year. My BFAR league. I've been in this league since whenever the Connected franchise started, man. 32 teams, I would say probably about 15 of us have been in the group since it started. Over the years, we've had people be there 4 or 5 years, so we built a pretty solid group. But this year, I was the 16th pick. We do a randomizer on Xbox, and I was the 16th pick. I had a chance to get my Tennessee Titans, but like I said, I got so burnt out knowing I can run with Derrick Henry. I can run for 3,000 yards with this dude every year, but I win the MVP. I'm not winning Super Bowls. I'm not winning the big games in the playoffs because I'm not building my team right. I'm so focused on running the ball. So anyways, I decided I'm going to pick the Chicago Bears. They were available. The reason why I picked them was because Justin Fields' speed on there is like 93, acceleration 95. That's running back speed. I can do options with him. I can scramble more and stuff like that. I'm really not a passer, but he got a strong arm. I think his throw power is like 91. His accuracy on small, medium, deep was like around the 80s. So that's still pretty solid. But they went out and got DJ Moore. They got Mooney on the team. They got a tall dude like 6'5", something Brown. And then they got Claypool that came over from the Steelers a year ago. They got some solid receivers, and all these dudes are like 26 and younger. Offensive line was okay. It's an average O-line. The D-line, I think that they have some solid defensive ends. The linebackers, they got Edmonds from the Bills, and then they got Edwards from, I don't know if he came from the Jets or maybe the Panthers, but they 80 overall. So pretty much I need to get a linebacker, a defensive tackle. The corners, I think 1 or 2 of the corners is cool. They're young. They got to be built, but I need to go for a cornerback. And I think the safeties are good. So that's the team I went with this year. I'm going to let y'all know, I'm going to be doing the top 5 every week on my top 5 plays from the franchise or any from the ranked games. If I'm playing my brother or my homies or whatever, I'm going to put that top 5 together every week. And I'm going to drop that on Sunday. So y'all always see the top 5 from here on out with Madden 24 out. But as I was doing last week, I was saying what the top 5 people were at certain positions. This week, to wrap up this show, I just wanted to speak on, it's the top 5 linebackers and top 5 cornerbacks. So let me bring that up right quick. Where are we at? All right, so the linebackers, top 5 linebackers. Joy Bosa from the Chargers is a 91. Raekwon Smith from the Ravens a 92. T.J. Watt is a 94 overall from the Steelers. Max Crosby is a 94 from the Raiders. And Fred Warner is a 96 on the 49ers. That is the top 5 linebackers on the game. The top 5 cornerbacks, number 5 is Sauce Gardner from the Jets. He's a 93. Marlon Humphrey is a 93 from the Ravens. Patrick Surtain, I played with him the other day. He's so fucking cold over here. He's a 94. Jair Alexander is a 95 on the Packers. And your number 1 corner on the game, Jalen Ramsey at a 97, 92, 94 speed, awareness, 96. I think his man in zone is like 95, 99, some shit. But that's your top 5 for the week. Cornerbacks and linebackers. Madden 24 is out. If you want smoke, send me smoke. It's cross-play now. You can play the PlayStation people. You can play Xbox. Michi217 on Xbox. I'm gonna leave that link there. Y'all follow me on there. Add me as a friend if you ever want a game in. Like I said, I'm gonna be twitching. I'm gonna start twitching these games. And your ass gonna end up on my top 5 every week. I'm whooping ass this game. Like I said, I got the Bears. I'm about to get in the lab with them probably over the weekend. But y'all gonna see these highlights. That's for sure. I'm 3-1 right now, just from trying out teams. I usually start with the first team on the game and work my way up. So I just been playing my brother and whoever else won't smoke. So anybody want to play, meet you 217 on Xbox. I'm gonna wrap it up. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to this episode. Every Thursday episode drops every Friday morning. Thank y'all for tuning in. Catch me next week. Same time. Y'all look at UFC-282. It's gonna be a banger card. Preseason football is on tonight. I think it's the Browns and the Eagles. They actually already started. Y'all check that out. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Meet You from the Midwest podcast. I'm out.